also. Hi everyone. Hello, hello. All right, if you have any friends who are interested to know more about the power of plants in our cellular renewal, please send them the link and we invite them to join in this book club to learn together. Today, I'll be sharing a lot of real life testimony whereby you all can actually hear from most people who have actually really feel the transformation through cell renewal. So do share with your friends and looking forward to share more. And shall we start today's session? And just to say hello, everyone. Nice to see all of you on an evening tonight. This is Eileen. Me myself, I'm actually a nutrition consultant, same thing, and I'm actually a approved HPP nutrition consultant for their healthy meal program. So today, is very honored for me to be sharing with all of you about the power of plant in cell renewal. So let's start our sharing. Give me a minute. Okay. All right. So first, I'm not sure whether have you all heard before. What is this Nutrilite M cell? This Nutrilite M cell is actually a supplement that is actually a plant-based cellular nutrition supplement, whereby it mainly support the body natural repair and renewal process. As you know, because of the word M cell, so it's really supporting the cells So as we know, our body is made up of many cells. So the cells has to be healthy so that it's able to renew, repair, and replenish on its own. So the key thing is for this M cell is actually designed to nourish the cells for optimal healing and vitality. So actually, it's very good if you can actually listen more and understand more about what is this M cell together. Okay, I'm not sure whether y'all have tried before this. If you have, maybe y'all can type inside the chat as well. So later we can have a look. If you have any questions, you can always type in the chat. Later we will answer it together. As well as when you look at this cell, if you have tried before, do type in so that we know and what is the effect that it has on you. All right. So let me introduce first about this Nutrilite M cell. It's actually biotechnical ingredient whereby it's made from natural plant. From what we know, this is actually one of the what we call the AI supplement that came up from Nutrilite, whereby the scientists actually type in under ChatGPT under AI, whereby to search for the search for the most highest antioxidant type of plant that in the world, and they actually came up with 5 of them, and out of this they actually chosen this 3. One of them is the pagoda tree flower, whereby this flower, right, it has this what do you call that, this benefit that it can traditionally use to circulate or support circulation and also to support our cellular protection. What do we mean by that? Let's say our cells, right, that is our cells is easily damaged. So this flower, right, actually can protect the cells so that it will not be that easily damaged. So it has this this special function that it actually helps with the cellular protection. And not only that, it is rich in plant phytonutrients. As we know, phytonutrients is very important for us. And a lot of us, we are always looking at a few different colors, different type of phytonutrients for our body. So this pagoda tree flower is actually one of the flowers that has very high in plant phytonutrients. And not only that, they also have the second ingredient, which we actually call the gooseberry. This one, the one that you see in the second picture, right? This gooseberry is actually a natural source of vitamin C, whereby it has very high antioxidant. As we know, we always say 抗氧,抗氧. We always want our cells to be, antioxidized. We don't want our cells to oxidize that fast so that we don't age that fast. So this gooseberry, this plant, all right, actually has very high vitamin C. It's a natural source of vitamin C and also have this high antioxidant. So it will prevent our cells from aging that fast as well. Not only that, because they prevent our cells from aging that fast, it also support our immune defense and a recovery. So we always know that whenever we are sick, always go for the option of having more vitamin C to help our body to recover than going into medication, so that our body have the function to self-heal. So same thing for this. Like for myself, actually later we will share more, whereby how this M cell has actually helped me with inflammation in my body during this period that I'm taking. So later we'll share more about that. Not only that, inside there is this chokeberry. So this one is also another plant that is very high in antioxidant, and it also helps to protect our cells. So as you can see, all the ingredients that they use is very, very high in protection of cell. And it also has very high antioxidant. So all this we know that is something that our body cells will need. That's why I believe this is also one of the reasons why it's called M cell. All right. So as we know, all the ingredients are all natural ingredients that we can find. And we need to understand that healing the body actually comes from beneath. Whereby true healing starts from our cell. Okay, so usually, right? I'm not sure about all of you. My kids, when they were sick, when they were young, whenever they are having fever on their own, I will always give them a lot of vitamin C to help them recover on their own instead of giving them medication. Because I always believe that true healing is providing what our body cells need. keeping them hydrated to ensure that the body actually heals on its own. So true healing actually starts from our cell and is on the cell level. So of course we know if we want our body to heal, we need to ensure that our body cell is well nourished. Correct or not? You don't want the cell, is so weak, not able to even divide and multiply that well. And then you expect them to repair your body and to function well. I don't think it's possible. So we need to know how can we nourish all the cells so that these nourished cells can help us repair and function better. So M cell actually support this. It supports the energy, the recovery, of course, on overall resilience. Like just now we were saying, right? Because it protects the cells. So when the cells are protected, it's like an army wearing an extra armor to fight for you. So it's like helping us with our overall resilience as well. Okay, so the key thing, like just now we were saying, ingredients. Why is it so important? Because like just now we mentioned the 3 different types of plant, right? It's having very high antioxidant. And this antioxidant actually help to reduce the stress that is on our immune cells. Because a lot of us, we tend to be under stress. So when we're under stress, right, you'll notice that whenever you're under stress, your immune system will actually go downwards. You'll fall sick very easily. I'm not sure whether you all have that incident or cases whereby when you're very stressful, right, people with eczema starts to act up. Myself, I'm one like that. My eczema comes only every year during November. November period, or I should say October to November period. Because that is a period that I'm very, very busy. I'm very, very stressful. So that was the part where, our cells will start to face stress and then attack our immunity. Therefore, we will start to fall sick easily and eczema starts to act up. So how does this ingredient helps? It supports the immune cells on the strength and resilience, like just we say. Not only that, it helps our body to recover faster from stress and illness. Talking about that, I'm not sure. A lot of us recently, I'm not sure. I face a lot of people. They actually have this problem where they have coughing. I'm not sure you realize. People cough more, flu, and then recently there's people having fever. They tend to have throat inflammation. This happened to me like 2-3 weeks ago. I realized that with M cells, with the high antioxidant that I'm taking, my cell actually renews very fast. My sore throat usually stays for 3 days or 4 days. I might even lost my voice due to that. But because of taking M cells, right, my sore throat actually heals every time. That means, like when it starts to add up at night, I started with my M cell dosage at night. The next morning, I'm fine again. So it really helps to reduce inflammation very quickly and very well. Later, we'll have more testimony on that to really share. And also not only that, like just now I say, you have to ensure that the cells are nourished, right? So these ingredients also help to nourish the cells, like we were saying, so that the immunity can function optimally. Okay, it's not like whenever you need, then you work, but it's like nourishing it so that it's forever working well for you, so that your immunity is always on a tip-top level or optimal level. Okay, so when we mention about TCM, I'm not sure a lot of us actually understand this, right? So what does this has to do with M cell, you were saying? So under the traditional Chinese medicine, we always say that, P and Wei, okay, our spleen and our stomach are actually called the foundation of post-heaven health. So what we mean by that in simple term is like the two of them work together. Any one of them malfunction, our body cannot work well, and we tend to fall sick easily. So they are actually the central of nourishment, immunity, and vitality. So in order to ensure that we are always on, that means high immunity, or our body is always at tip-top optimal health, we need to ensure that this P and this Wei is well nourished. So what is this? Like, for example, stomach, which is our weight, is actually the receiver or the processor, whereby this organ receive food and drink, right? And then what they do is they actually break down and begin the digestion, help us digest food. And this digestion actually prepares nutrients for absorption. Okay, so when the nutrients actually they break down it, and then it starts for absorption, it will actually move down to our intestine, right? Whereby the small intestine will start to absorb all the nutrients. So if let's say our stomach is weak, when our stomach is weak means the body organ that is receiving this food tends to fall sick. They will actually cause bloating because they will actually have excessive wind in our body. It will cause poor appetite, and also it will cause acid reflux because inside is there's too much wind in the stomach, so it will actually cause acid reflux. Some people might even cause nausea, and also always feeling very heavy or tired after eating. If you have these symptoms, actually in Chinese or TCM that we say, our stomach is actually weak. 我们的胃其实没有那么好. It's actually weak. So we need to do something to help our stomach so that people who are receiving and processing this can actually work better. So how does this stomach work together with our spleen? So the key thing is actually our P. The P is the transporter or transformer. What do? They actually transform the food into qi, or what we call energy and blood. So when the food is being transformed into energy, this is being transported as nutrients throughout the body. As we know, the small intestine is the part whereby all the nutrients are absorbed. So imagine if your intestine is not healthy, the nutrients that is absorbed will never be good. So the intestine must be, or we call it the gut health, must be very, very good so that the nutrients can be better absorbed. If not, it's like a passageway in the road whereby all the nutrients are being blocked. So the expressway will not pass good with all the nutrients. So you must make sure that inside the gut, the microbiome in the guts are all good microbiome, whereby it will help to maintain a balance so that we will have better immunity. So how and what is the indication if your spleen is actually weak? First thing is you will have brain fog. I'm not sure whether you face this. Sometimes you will just stand there and say, hey, why am I supposed to come here and buy? Am I supposed to buy eggs? Eggs I thought I bought yesterday. You know, you will start to stand there and have to think back and recall back what you need. That is actually brain fog. If that happened to you frequently, that could be one that your P is not working well. Another one is loose stools or diarrhea. In another word, we will actually say people facing IBS. So it is also one symptom in Chinese term that we call 脾虚, 就是 your spleen is not working well. Another one, when your spleen is not working well, your 脾 is 虚, like we say, your immunity will definitely be weak. When your immunity is weak, definitely we fall sick. So it's like what do you call it, a linkage kind of a thing. And also it will actually cause water retention, and we can actually have a lot of phlegm if you notice. So these two actually works closely together, okay? Actually works closely together. All right, so the spleen and the stomach must be good friend, hand in hand. So under TCM we say, when the stomach is strong, nutrients enter. When the spleen is strong, nutrients are utilized. That means they will be used up. So only when both are healthy, then the body can absorb nutrients better, support immunity, because you absorb the nutrients, definitely will support immunity, repair and renew the cells, and also help us to maintain gut balance. So like we say, if our gut health is not good, we would like 华人所讲的虚不胜补. So it's like if your body is not working well, no matter what nutrients you give to the body will not absorb. You can give the body the best bird nest, but yet your body wouldn't be absorbed as long as your stomach and your spleen are not working well, your body cells are not renewing, your nutrients are not being absorbed. So this is very important to ensure as we are taking M-Cell. We need to ensure that our gut is having a balance of microbiome, and also our body is ready and our stomach is good, our spleen is good for absorption, right? So like what I was saying just now, the key thing about immunity support is, 邪不胜正. something like that. So we need to support the 正气, the body's defense energy. So 你必须把它的正拿起来. So you got to support it, and you help to nourish this 气血 at the root level. What we mean by root level is not like surface level. It's really from deep in, whereby starting from the origin of where it's supposed to be. So the origin of having good blood circulation, good nutrients starts from the gut, starts from the cell. So we must always nourish the cells first and the gut. So strong gut foundation of this actually will help us in better resistance against the external kind of like pollution, food that you take in. It will actually help us to have better resistance against all this illness and sickness. So when we talk about people who have stronger digestion, meaning that their body can digest well, their stomach working well, it also means that their spleen can work well and produces better qi, or we call it like blood circulation and nutrient supply. Therefore, it will actually 扶正, whereby you will bring up the immunity. So I hope it's not too difficult. So the key thing actually is these two words go hand in hand to help us so that we don't fall sick that easily. And when we don't fall sick that easily, our cells can actually very fast renew themselves, and it will actually help us to anti-age as well. All right, so M cell actually nourish from the root, not surface, but from the root, from where we are supposed to start from, whereby it's from the cells. If cells is healthy, our spleen, our stomach will be healthy with better gut health management. Probiotic harmonize the gut environment, okay, whereby it maintain the good microbiome. Like I always say, in our intestine, there's two types of bacteria. One of them is the angel, and one of them is the devil. So the devil is, of course, definitely not good for our body. So we need to make sure that we always have more angel to help to fill up the zhen. Yeah. So the key thing is when we are talking about this type of nutrients and this kind of 扶正 kind of thing, it is always focusing on long-term balance and not a short-term stimulation. It's not like, wow, like I fall sick today, quickly give them a lot of vitamin C and that's it. Tomorrow I forget about that. It's not. It's on a long-term basis. We try to balance them on a long-term basis. Okay. So this also in a way, like people always say, oh, TCM takes a longer time to heal because it really works from the root to slowly heal you. So this is one reason why it's the same like TCM. Focus on long-term balance. It's not short-term. Okay. All right. So like just now I say, it is working very closely to our gut, whereby our gut health is the main foundation of immunity. Okay, so a healthy gut improves nutrients absorption, immunity response, but imbalance of gut flora will actually weaken our immunity and recovery. So it's like a well balance of everything. Of course, the more angel in our gut is the best. Okay. So M cells, how it works hand in hand. Again, just a recap. M cell actually nourish and repair cells at the foundation level, like I say, from the root. In TCM, we say 从根底开始. So probiotics actually helps to balance the gut microbiota and also strengthens digestion, whereby this help with our weight. And then together, they support better absorption, stronger immunity, and faster healing. These things works with the spleen, 就是那个 the absorption of nutrients in our small intestine. So 也就是我们所讲的脾. So this thing actually to me works very closely with TCM. We understand how our weight and 脾，我们所讲的脾胃. So this thing works together and it's like hand in hand. So M cell, the key thing is who can benefit? Definitely everyone. Everyone, as long as you have cells in your body, this thing is supposed to benefit. So individual with low immunity, definitely, we will need more on that. Or people who frequently feel tired. That means your cells could be aging very fast. And also those people who are recovering from illness or stress, or anyone who is seeking for preventive health or long-term, vitality, whereby you want to have of energy all the time, that you like old age, you can still go and climb up the mountain, pass on, definitely you will need that. Okay? All right. So of course, like Eileen can be saying until everything is so good in theory form, but healing is not just about theory. Healing is something like to see is to believe. So it is to witness through real people, real recovery, and real consistency. I want to emphasize on this word consistency, because if I relate this to TCM kind of a thing, right? It really got to start heal from the roots. So it takes time for healing. So it's always about a long term when we talk about we are trying to build immunity, because immunity is definitely not a 1 day, 2 day thing. It's definitely taking a period kind of thing. Okay. All right. So the key thing when we have, of course, is different testimony, like I say, to see is to believe. So today I've actually prepared a lot of to me is quite a lot of testimony to share around about different people who actually benefited from taking MCell. So definitely starting from myself. Okay. When I first started taking MCell was in July last year. The very first when I received MCell, right, I start taking it 6 packs per day. People was telling me, you have to try. So of course, me very excited. I start taking 6 pack per day, and the first 3 days, I realized that my pores actually went refined. It's actually finer, not as big. And then I realized that when I'm putting on makeup, the makeup actually stays better. And not only that, I feel that I sleep better at night. Because definitely when our cells are nourished, at night we can actually sleep better because it's anti-stress. You remember, it helped to, antioxidize and then manage the stress that we are having. So when our body or we ourselves are feeling less stressful, definitely we can sleep better. And also, not only that, the key thing is I realized that my hair, little baby hair, starts to grow. I remember when I was taking it like 2 weeks. After 2 weeks of 6 pack, I start to reduce it to 4. So that was the period whereby there was once whereby I went to my salon and my hairstylist actually cut my hair. The first thing she asked me is, "Hey, Elena, your hair is breaking, is it?" I said, "Huh? Breaking?" He said, "Yes, there's so many little baby hair standing up." Yeah. So I realized that actually is new grow hair. So I realized because for myself, I've been taking Nutrilite for close to 10 over years. So definitely I feel that is I'm actually having all the nutrients that we need. So when we talk about replenishing the cells, right? Our body is one that is very clever. Our body will help us repair those organs that really needs repair first. Intensive care, we call it intensive care. Okay. So intensive care, liver need help, our heart need help. They will go and repair all this part first. The part that they wouldn't repair that much is definitely those places that pretty can liao. Those places with hair, like nails, whereby it's further away. So these are the parts that they wouldn't actually take care that much if we really have a lot of things to repair in our body. So I realized that my hair starts to grow, which I'm very happy. And I've been taking close to now, it's like half a year. I realized that my nails starts to be very, very strong and sturdy. And not only that, remember I was telling y'all, November period is always the period that I'm having eczema flare. Should nothing happened last November, and I was very happy. I realized that when the eczema starts to flare out, one day, the next day is gone. The next day is gone. Usually it will be like staying and then I got to stretch at least a week. And then, every time when I go Chinese New Year, it'll be all over my neck, all over my hand, people start offering me cream and steroid. It's always this case. But this time around, I feel that, although it starts to start rash, but as long as I'm still taking my MCell, the next day, the rash stops. So this is mainly my own testimony. And also my hair is not that oily and I feel that I'm always full of energy. The vitality is the one that I'm looking at. And of course, to me, my pee and my weight is definitely better. I used to be feeling bloating most of the time, but I find that this seems to be better as well. Yeah. Okay. Of course, the next one, this one is my husband. As we can see, because he's always on night shift, so this part of his face, right, is having very bad pigmentation. So in Chinese TCM, right, this part is what we call our liver. So if your liver is unhealthy, 这是你的脾呀，不是脾，你的肝啊，你的肝。所以如果你的肝有毒，if your liver is toxic or this part here usually will have a pigment. So if you notice that your pigment is around this area, then maybe you got to take note, take some milk thistle to help with your liver health. Okay. So this is the one that he was saying. This was taken 20th July. So on the 29th July, he noticed that, he mentioned there's not much difference yet, but taking 4 packs of 𝐴𝐵𝐶 per day, and then you realize that, that on the liver is actually reducing. Okay, and then everything starts to lighten, and then now his pores are almost refined. So the cells are actually doing all this job. Of course, definitely we took it together with our gut health, our gut morning. So this gut morning actually, remember I was saying we need to make sure we nourish from both sides. Okay, all right. So this one. Not only that, like I say, there's some testimonies that we talk about for sleeps. This is my friend. She told me that over 15 over years after she she started working, she realized that she couldn't sleep at night at all. And usually at night, she will need to sleep 2-3 hours. 3 o'clock, she starts to wake up. But after taking 𝐴𝐵𝐶, she realized that the sleep is not bad. Once she wake up, she can still sleep back. And then for now, she actually have better sleep quality. And the key thing is she feels that in the morning when she wake up, she's always full of energy. So that one is very important because like when we talk about having good health or immunity, it's talking about staying hydrated and hydrated as well as sleep. If we do not have good sleep, no matter what we are taking, our liver cannot function well, our body cannot function well. So sleep is very important. If this 𝐴𝐵𝐶 can help us renew the cells and make us sleep better, I think it's something that is really helping with our overall immunity. Not only that, like I say, we are talking about consistency. So when we talk about consistency, right? This is one of my friends. She started taking 𝐴𝐵𝐶 same during August period. She mentioned that she goes to facial, and the most significant improvement was acne because she used to have acne skin, and her acne was very, very bad. It was like the whole face, and the acne could be having a lot of those really the whole face. So when we were young, we always call her mopping. Yeah, so this will always be what she has, and now her face is almost smooth. And till today, she is still taking 𝐴𝐵𝐶 as a consistency, and she told me that her digestive system is better. She no longer have constipation as well. But same thing, it comes from nourishing with both. Okay, so the next one that I'm going to share is some of the pictures. Like this one is actually one of the little kid. He came to me on the 31st of October with this news that she was being cut. Of course, later the mommy will be there or will be here to share more instead of looking at just picture, right? Yes. So I will show you some of the pictures before we have some Q&A with the mom, right? So this one is not stitches. Later the mommy will tell you more. This is on the 31st of October. Okay. So is the mommy around? So we can hear from the mommy, right? Okay. Hi, mommy. Hello.
Hey, hi
Hi, hi, hi.
everybody.
Yes. So, Francine, can you tell us more about what happened on this day?
Okay, so my son he got injured by this broom. So if you can see at the end of the broom, right, it's supposed to have a stopper there, but the stopper was gone. So he had a very deep cut when the cleaner auntie was like, sweeping the floor. So he was actually behind the auntie. The auntie didn't know it, and the whole thing actually got struck onto his like the left side of his the mouth. So so the school actually rushed him down to the hospital, and I actually met him there. So when I see him, he actually done the triage. So everything was like I was like covered up. I didn't see anything until the first time I see the seriousness of the wound is in the A&E itself when the doctor actually removed the bandages, and I see it was an open gap. It was so deep that it's like it's a very big hole. It was
You
to gore
mentioned that
already.
there was a
And
total of 2 layers of stitches, right?
3 layers actually. So when I see it, right, I can actually see the muscle. So from the front and I can actually see the muscle. Then the doctor actually mentioned that they will need to do maybe a few layers of stitching. So after he came out, right? So this photo was taken like the surgeon actually took it, the plastic surgeon took it once they finished the stitches. And when he came out, I asked the surgeon, I say, so how many stitches were there? So because it's like, well, it's like whole string of centipede thingy. While my heart was like totally shattered, when I see this. Then the surgeon was like, "Oh, normally I don't count." So she went to count. On the surface layer there was 7 stitches, but she told me that's only for the surface layer, and it was 3 layer deep. So they did 3 layer of stitching. Can you imagine like the total? So I asked her, total more than 20. He said yeah. She said yeah. So most likely more than 20. I was like, oh dear. So right after that, I first when on the way home, I text Elaine and I'll say, hey, what can I do? What should I give him? Because the moment when he woke up, right, he can't eat anything, he vomit everything, never eat, never drink, also vomit, no appetite, and also it was so pain that he don't dare to open out his mouth. Or maybe could be the post trauma that made him not to open his mouth. Oh yeah,
Mm.
so this is the next day. So the next day, right, when in the morning, so I'll say, okay, I make some milkshake for you. You want a milkshake? Because on that day itself, oh yeah, that day itself, okay, I have some M cell that's for myself. So I say, okay, then Elaine said, you just give him your M cell. So I said, okay, I'll give him my M cell. Then I went to grab all this protein and body keys and probiotics, everything. On top of that, the collagen also. And I think Elaine and Liz was like helping me to find M cell because it was out of stock at the moment. So yeah, so his dosage was like three packs per day.
In
So in
fact,
the morning,
you were saying that some of the days whereby he wanted more, you actually gave him more. He drink it like plain water. He drink it
yeah,
like water in school. Yeah. Yes.
yeah. So,
Mm.
so in the morning, so the next day, the first thing in the morning, I say, "Do you want the purple water?" He call it the purple water. Then he's so happy, and because I'm not sure whether is it pain or what, or is it like swollen or what. So I make it like very very cold, and he's so happy, he just gulp it down. So yeah, so like even after that, right, in school, right? So over the weekend, then back to school. So the teachers will feed him like this, the whole list in school every
Yes.
day.
And
So
inside the video, you can see that he's biting like the E is just like biting on his own. Okay, so they actually enjoy it, and this is the dosage that they have been always taking. And the kids just bite it. And then because vitamin E is actually one that is very good for skin renewal. Yeah, so they actually take it. And this is the dosage taken by a little boy. How old is Jezo? Five? Five, right? This year.
yeah,
Mm.
he
Uh,
just turned 5 actually.
yes.
I'm sorry. I mean, he just turned 4 when this
Mm.
thing happened.
Okay, so
Yeah.
can I know during the process, this is the picture that you will see him. This is taken in November 4th. And this one is only like the first it happened, right? 2 weeks later, you will see that actually the wound heals up. And then can you tell me more, Francine, like during the process, does Zero have any any inflammation or any discomfort during this period?
No inflammation, no pus, but sometimes he will say a bit pain. So when I ask again, I think it's more like it's like the post trauma that he had, but it's not like he feel pain or what. So what really went well, like because of the high dosage of MCL, right, is after the op, right, so the doctor say this kind of scar, this kind of the kind of seriousness, right, um we will need to go back 2 or 3 times to remove the stitches fully because it will be like quite difficult to heal. That was like okay, then no choice if I got to go back 2 to 3 times just to have it removed. Like. Then surprisingly, 1 week. So that first review, right, to remove stitches, the plastic surgeon check his wound, check his recovery, and he said, "Oh, I can remove it today." So I said, "Okay, remove how many stitches?" Then she looked at me. She looked at me. Then she looked at like when it happened. Then he said 1 week only. I said, yeah. I was told that I need to come back 2 to 3 times to remove all the stitches, right? Then she looked again at the Jesus wound. He said, don't need like I can remove all today. It's all healed out. Then I was like, oh wow, okay, that's very good because so I actually asked her again, like like did I heard it wrongly because the at the A&E, the plastic surgeon that told me that I need 2 to 3 times. Then she said yes. Then she said like usually this kind of wound, this kind of stitches, and this kind of like because the angle and all this, it's really need they really need 2 to 3 times to have it removed. But Jesus' recovery was really well. So that week is the surface was like already healed, totally healed. Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't
So
have any problem biting this and that, right? Because of the healing that is so fast. Yes. So even like December, they went on a holiday. Like and we mentioned, consistency. Healing is about consistency. We got to ensure that we continuously giving the body what they need to heal. So they actually even brought all the nutrients when they travel and the supplements when they travel out. And now this picture, I think it's taken recently, right? End of December.
December.
Yeah, you can see this little boy. We can't even see, the wound at all, and he's recovering really fast. But I think that is not just the key thing, right, mommy? I think you realize that during the process of these few months, this little boy, Zedro, actually health improved a lot. Can you talk more about that?
Yes, definitely health improved a lot, and also because he don't really eat a lot. Like he's like always like 25 percentiles, the skinnier type ones. His weight like can don't increase at all for 1 year, 1.5 year kind. And like just a few months he will say, 我饱了饱了, every day is 饱了. I was like, never even eat anything. So it's really like touch like 因祸得福, like we say. Like like all these supplements, the M cells, everything balance out his appetite. I feel that it really balances out his appetite. He tends to eat more, and I think it really helps him to absorb more. So he really like even the teachers in school say, 诶，你最近好像有胖了哦. Then yeah, so he actually put on weight. He put on weight plus like I feel like these 2 3 months the weight actually increased like gradually increased very well.
I think that got to really do with, like we were saying just now, it's really working with the P way. So when he's taking on the high nutrients, balancing the gut health, with all these supplements, right, and all the protein, body keys, probiotics, it actually helps to balance out the gut health, so that the stomach and the spleen can actually work better, digest better, absorb better. So whatever we give to Zedro now, he can actually absorb well. So you can see him starts to put on weight, starts to absorb all the nutrients. And then to me is if you see him in real life, his radiantness is there from all the pictures that we can see. So very thank you, Francine, for sharing. And this little boy is so cute, fully healed, as handsome as before. Very happy with that because to me, when a little kid being injured like that, it really pains not only the parents' heart. I think on people like us, it pains also because little kid biting. I believe it'll be so painful. But during this process, this little boy, because of the healing was fast within a week, there's no complaint. So this is what we are saying that when we give the body enough nutrients, especially on M cell, whereby it helps to renew the cells that fast, and when we are given on high dosage, the body can really function to help us to repair. So this is one thing that we really need to look into. So of course, the mommy itself benefit too, right, with M cell.
Yes. Okay. So I actually took it. It's actually I didn't know about like my pores will get refined and all this. I just take like usually I'll just take and like compare it, is it okay or not? Then I realized that the pores actually was quite defined. I think this was like 2 weeks into M cell. Yeah. And 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 I can notice that like the chin area, I usually have those unbalanced skin
Color,
tone. You
yes,
have
skin
like
tone.
brown patches and all these brown patches, but it's like it's more even out and more radiant also. I see the before and after. Yeah, definitely can
Yes,
tell.
correct. So you were also sharing about you have some testimonies on eczema of one of your colleagues. So maybe you can share with them what happened to your colleague on the eczema. Yeah, this is another
Yes, so
other testimony that we have. Not her colleague, but this is some other testimony that we have. But Francine also have because she herself turned radiant. Her friends starts to ask, especially her son's recovery. So she started to share around themselves. So what happened to some of your colleagues with the eczema?
yes, so this colleague of mine is actually my boss. So like we were talking about Jason recovery, then she also noticed that. So I told her about MCell, and I told her about my post. So I showed her the photo. Then because she was like, wow, it's really because she goes for laser like every month. So she said it's like not working. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, and also her pimple. So the other day she just showed me, said, wow, this pimple so irritating. It just doesn't get off. So I was like, hey, you try and sell lah. Then she said, okay, okay. So she will try. So she got 2 packs ready, but it took a while because I think she was like taking other things also. It took a while until she decided like, okay, let's start. So she started. Second day she told me, hey, Francine, my pimple subside already leh. Then I was like, 诶真的哦，不见了 leh. Yeah. So because like every few days she will have like one acne pop up, one acne pop up. Yeah, and it takes she told me like recently it takes quite a while for it to subside. So with MCell, right, second days she said it's really subside already and it's gone. Then she told me that she actually has this eczema problem on her shin area. So I said, I saw the Telegram testimony before you tried. So I actually asked, I checked with Elaine, so for eczema, how can she take, what's the dosage and all this. So she took 2 per day, and guess what? Yesterday she told me, hey, Francine, you see my leg. Then it's really, she told me, she said it's only 1.5 week. She just took it 1.5 week only, 2 packs a day. And the eczema area, it's the patch was, I would say pretty big. It's about a palm size with the fingers, like the whole palm with the fingers, that whole palm size. So it was pretty big. It's flared out, it's red. You can see that it's like very angry kind of eczema. So 1.5 week is gone. Then she also told me, she said, a few days after she took, right, her husband also took because her husband got some very dry skin issue on the leg. So it's always flake and always flake. So he can see like like her condition gets better. So he said, okay, let me try. For him also 1 week because like half week later he tried So one week right into that 7 days, that 1 week mark, right? The whole skin turns smooth already. They don't have like the dry and flaky skin anymore. Both is flake. Then he was so happy. Then he was like telling, 下次有 because it's really really good. He said like for both of them, right, that things like the eczema and the dry leg issue actually been with them for 20 over years. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. Can see from Francine's face, well, her face is glowing with all the stem cell. Thank you very much, Francine, for your sharing. Thank you so much. Okay, so besides some sharing that we have for speedy recovery, we also have some testimony on how MCell actually helps with woman's womb. All right, so you can actually take a look at this video that I'm sharing. This is one of the testimony. All right. Y'all hear it? Are you able to hear? Let's try.
No.
No, huh? Okay, wait, let me try. Okay, one more time. See whether y'all can hear. Okay.
他是一个70年的50多岁，查出来有 HPV 52，就是宫颈癌的易感基因。然后腹股沟这个地方有一个乒乓球这么大的这个。
OK。
这个巧克力，它就是除了营养早餐不干以外，支援1天6条，还不到2个月的时间，那个球就没了。然后再去查，现在都没问题，没事了。 然后另外一个也是妇科，它是常年都是短裤塞是带血丝的，怎么都不会好，也是基础营养配合肌源，大概半年左右的时间，他这个已经困扰他快20年的问题就全解决。
也是6条嘛
，6条，
一天6条。
那他现在也是跟老师说的一样，恢复到2。那另外一个案例也是，那他那个爸爸是肺癌住院，然后一直炎症高烧下不来，然后可能所有的医院会诊啊，这个手段措施全上了都降不下来。那他那天实在没办法，他打电话问我有没有什么方法。我说那你就试一下肌源，他自己吃2条。我说那他爸爸70多岁了，那我是建议他吃到也是6条，才1个晚上，第2天早上居然就降下来了。然后那当天继续吃了10条，第3天医生跟他说你可以出院了，本来是说叫他带回去了，就是医院炎症因为一直消不了，然后又查不出原因，然后所有的药物都没有办法解决，所以那个肌源它对于改善我们细胞的类环境是真的非常非常棒的一款产品，很值得大家对于有状况的人和非有状况的人，让我们自己更年轻就很好。好，谢谢。
Yes, so these are some very good testimonies that we can actually hear from. But I believe that at this moment, every one of you must be thinking, does M-cell really work? Actually, the real answer for this is usually I heard from a lot of people telling me that I've actually tried M-cell, but honestly, I don't really feel anything. Okay, actually, if you ever think in this way, you're not alone. When I first started, when I heard all this testimony, I'm like, are you sure? Wow, it's so miracle, then no need doctor already, you know? But actually, if you ever thought in this way, you are not alone. And also, you are not wrong. Okay, you are not wrong at all, because is it true really that works? Actually, the truth whereby a lot of people don't really tell us is we used to use product, and then we always get used to, like, this product when we take is instant effect. For example, if I'm having headache, I take Panadol, almost immediately within an hour, you will feel that it's a fast relief already. Like if you're sleepy, you take coffee, immediately the caffeine works, and then you feel energetic. But M-cell is not like that. Like we always say, M-cell is something that helps with our cells. So when it helps our cells, it actually works, like I said again, we need 调理. We need to 调 from our脾, 我们的胃. It works from many layers down. So it actually focuses on cell level type of health, whereby it helps us to reduce inflammation and ensure that we have inflammation balance, stress control, oxidative stress control, and we always say supports our cellular health and repair. So these changes are real, and they are actually supported by researchers and a lot of testimonies, but they happen quietly inside your body. They wouldn't be like drink coffee, give you energy suddenly. Your cells wouldn't be popping out and tell you, hey, I'm renewed, I'm repaired. They wouldn't do that. It will just happen quietly in your body, on and off, pop some hair for you to see, on and off, let you feel your finger, seems to be harder, on and off, let you see little pimple recover fast. So it happens quietly inside your body, and usually it's not instant on the surface. Okay, so that's why we need to understand that it's not 先dan. It's not like something that is like straight away, immediately eat, you will see effect. Sometimes you will not feel immediate result, or even you may not see obvious changes within a few weeks, because in most nutrition and cellular cell study, we need at least 8 to 12 weeks in minimum time to see the meaningful internal changes. 3 to 6 months for results to gradually stabilize, because when we renew our cells, we need to ensure that our cells stabilize. So by taking 1 or 2 boxes of N-cell and then you stop, it's just like going to the gym. You say, today I'm going to gym, build muscle, build, nothing come out. Okay, then tomorrow you don't go already. You say no use, not feeling anything. It doesn't work that way. So not feeling anything doesn't mean that it's not happening. It is. It's just that it's happening in the way that your body is working at in its own pace. So we need to let the body have some time to slowly heal. Of course, if we really want to see really fast result, we can actually go, having higher on dosage to really see it, because you give them a lot, they replenish very fast. So you can actually, I will always advise my client to go together with our gut morning, because protein is needed. Like I say, we need to 调脾胃, we need probiotic, we need our prebiotic, and we also need our protein to ensure that our gut, able to stick well, for all this microbiome to stick on, so that they can pack well in your intestine. So usually I'll suggest them, because our whole body cells to renew will take at least 100 days. So all my clients, they actually starts with 4 to 6 M cells for 3 months. After 3 months, they can actually move on to take 2 or 1 per day, but I will go for 2 for the 3 to 6 months for the result to stabilize. Instead of take 1, take 2, tomorrow forget, then your cell will never get renewed. So just do it once and take it as an overhaul for our body for 3 months on a higher dosage. Let them repair, let them renew. After that, then we work. Of course, you will say, hey, just now, Eileen, you say M-cell doesn't work instantly, what? But why are people continuing to take it? Actually, this is a very simple mindset that explains why. If a product is considered effective only when you feel something immediately, then it's only treating the symptom, but not the root cause. Just like when you're having headache, you take Panadol, it only treats the pain. But which part of your body is giving you that headache if you are not solving the root cause? Then always like to link it back to TCM, 它不是在治根底，所以在中医学里面，我们治的是根底，所以治的是根底的话，需要调理的时间是长的。Yes, so we really want to look at M cell healing our body from the root cause. So M cell focus on the root. Always remember, it focuses on cellular repair, cellular injury, and it's about a long-term body resistance, whereby it helps our cells anti-age, so we can stay healthy aging from inside out. That's why when people say, I don't feel anything special at first, but now I wouldn't stop it. Like any one of my friends now, you would say, hey, maybe you can reduce. They will eventually reduce to 2, but they wouldn't stop it because they are actually relatively feeling healthy and they can actually feel the changes. Not because it's not working, always remember, but it's just because some people has lesser imbalance in their body. So in order to feel the little correction needs some time. So when you don't feel anything, be happy, because it might be, your body is not really that weak for you to see a difference. But always remember consistency. Always give your body at least 3 months to really repair. Okay, so in a way, the better question should be, why don't I feel anything? Have I given myself enough time to respond is really what you want. So cell aging, we always remember, happen quietly. Cell repairing also happen quietly. So M cell is not anything to amaze you in a week, but it's something that you take to understand, is for people who understand that it's a long-term health. As long-term healthy health takes time to cultivate. It's not something that we can rush for instant reasons. I hope that my sharing and all the great testimony could really let you all give it a try to renew your cell and let your cells quietly repair for you. Thank you very much. And this is Eileen. If you have any question, let us know. Thank you. Thank you. If you don't have any questions, this is the end of the book club. Hope to see all of you again, and hope that you can really give a try for the episode to really renew. Always remember, at least 3 months together with our gut morning, because we need to work together to help with P and weight for better digestion, better absorption. Okay. Thank you.